All right. Number 5, Lamar Jackson finished with fewer than 16.5 fantasy points since taking the job in 2019, all of 4 times.
That's really consistent.
Posted 21.3 points or more in 22 of 30 games he's played. They signed Sammy Watkins and they drafted Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota with pick 27. He had 159 carries for 1,000 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground, 242 completions on 376 attempts for all of 2,800 yards through the air. Playoff schedule: home against Green Bay, at Cincinnati, home against the Rams. You hate to see the Rams in championship week, considering they were pretty much the number 1 defense last year. So that is unfortunate, but at least they are at home. If you do end up drafting Lamar, I will say, in talking through these first 5 guys, I can tell you, I think that the draft order in most leagues is going to be Mahomes, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, then Dak, then Lamar, is how I think the order that they'll go in most drafts. I think for the value, I would be fine trying to sit and wait and target Lamar. I think he's number 5, middle of the pack. QB1 is his floor. Like if you can get him as the 5th QB, I think that's his floor. And he proved 2 years ago that he has the ceiling to easily be QB1 when he was going over 30 points in like 12 of 16 weeks. So
you have no concerns about his throwing or his passing. So 2 years ago when he was MVP, he had 36 passing touchdowns, 6 interceptions, which is obviously very good. Last year, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He threw the ball a little bit less cumulatively, looking at attempts and completions year over year. Mark Ingram's not there anymore, so you're looking more at Gus Bus and J.K. Dobbins in the backfield. He had 7 rushing touchdowns both of the last 2 years, so you basically put that in pen, provided health, that he's going to have at least 7 rushing touchdowns. So.
Well, you don't get with passing. You make up in yards, though. He had 1,000 rushing yards.
I know. Yeah, that playoff schedule is awful, right? Because Aaron Donald's just going to sit on his head that entire game. Like, that's brutal.
The championship game, yeah. I mean, out of all of these, probably if you're looking playoff schedule, I would want Josh Allen with Carolina, New England, Atlanta. Patrick Mahomes has Pittsburgh in week 15. Dak has Washington week 15. Kyler Murray is at Detroit, Indy, and then at Dallas. And Lamar is sitting on the Rams in championship week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, just to reiterate, it should be noted that Lamar Jackson finished as quarterback 10 last year. But he did miss a couple games due to injury. I guess just one game. It was that shortened week against Pittsburgh, or that was just weird. But yeah, he's remarkably consistent. I feel like, that
was COVID, wasn't it? He had COVID.
Did he have COVID? Yeah, I think
it was a COVID absence.
Yeah. But that's one of those things where I just hate watching him throw.
Well, it's like watching a bird dying and falling out of the air. I had Marquise Brown on my team in our league of record last season.
Yeah, it's awful.
Marquise Brown is not awful. I watched Marquise Brown get wide open on 9 routes and on posts and corners.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Lamar missed him. Lamar just flat out missed him. And, and he was dinking and dunking underneath when he was completing his passes. So,
it should be noted that Marquise Brown actually had double-digit fantasy points. All 6 out of 6 his last 6 games in the regular season last year. So,
well, he got up and screamed and said, "I need more work."
Well, and they should.
Yeah.
So, again, back to Lamar. Lots of rushing. He does have a lot of carries, lots of hits on his body the last 2 years. So there is an injury concern. I talked about that last year. Obviously, nothing happened. that's what you get with some of these rushing quarterbacks. He has more design runs than any other quarterback in the NFL. Again, his division, I mean, kind of saucy, right? Steelers are by far and away the best defense in that division. But I mean, he doesn't have to face his own defense, which can be a good thing. But then you're looking at the Bengals, which, the Bengals defense is terrible. The Cleveland Browns is I would say upper middle pack. They should be pretty good this year. So, if that's who he's got 6 games against, fine. But yeah, I like Lamar. I don't, you just hope you wait for him to break that 80-yard run, and he can do it at any time.
Yes, he can.